You can be fined up to $100,000 or face up to 5 years in prison for committing an offense during the state of emergency. This amendment was added to the emergency powers regulations on Tuesday. It was inserted after Regulation 20, which outlines how the Defense Force will assist during the state of emergency. The original document was published on Monday night following the declaration of the state of emergency. Law enforcement officials maintain that all SOE is necessary to clamp down on violent crime, particularly offenses involving high-powered illegal weapons. And as the state of emergency entered day 3, 4 men were arrested and 8 firearms, along with varying quantities of ammunition, were seized during state of emergency exercises overnight. Among those arrested, a 55-year-old Pity Valley man connected to the seizure of 5 firearms. According to police, between 5:30 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. on December 31, 2024, during a search at the Pioneer Drive residence, a cache of weapons was discovered hidden in a bedroom. Among the items seized were an AR-15 rifle, 2 CZ pistols, 1 Glock pistol, and a Smith & Wesson pistol, along with an assortment of ammunition. The officers also found and seized 25,000 US and over 139,000 TT dollars in cash, which was submitted to the Financial Intelligence Bureau. In another incident, officers responded to a report of an armed man in the Critchlow Hill Morvar area when they observed an individual moving hastily through a crowd, concealing an object below his left arm. When officers called out to the man and instructed him to stop, he dropped the object he was carrying and fled. Police later discovered the item to be an AR-15 rifle with a magazine. A total of 46 people have been detained up to 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service since the implementation of the state of emergency. This was confirmed by Police Commissioner Erla Harewood Christopher, who said the arrests were made based on intelligence. The commissioner also cleared the air on how citizens could verify the legitimacy of police officers while entering one's home or during a stop-and-search exercise.
Yes, police officers are still required to identify themselves, but what I want you to inform the public, police officers on exercises and operations, you will have officers dressed in police uniform, gray and blue. So even if you have officers in the operational wear, they will always be accompanied by an officer in the official gray and blue uniform.
And the Chief of Defense Staff, Darrell Daniels, said the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force will work in tandem with the TTPS to ensure public safety and security.
The Defense Force stands in readiness to assist the police, as Regulation 21. 22 goes to your question about the Defense Force personnel operating under the SOE with the powers of a police officer. Also there's specific orders that will be made by the Chief of Defense Staff to guide how we will conduct those duties, to ensure your concern is addressed, that we operate in a manner that would be effective to support the police's efforts based on the request from the Defense Force to ensure public safety and security. To be more specific, we will have to work with police, having not had the training that you itemize, to ensure that if persons have to be prosecuted in the long run, that is not hampered by actions that we take.